So enum allows the developer to define a set using the constant, and see that of set of name constant using enums can make it easier to document intent or create a set of distinct cases. TypeScript provides both numeric and string-based enums. So how you gonna implement this? I know this definition is very complicated. So let me take an example. Interface like user type. Let use generics. Okay. So we are going to ID number and going to let's data d. Okay, this is fabulous. Okay, so cast user one is equal to let's define its type user type, and let's object. Okay, so we're going to make object and it's missing something. So id one and data. We are going to object like, so name will be Kirat. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's suppose we have to store. We have to store. Sorry guys, we have to store id equals 1 for movies, id equals 2 for books, id equals 3 for, let's suppose, students. Okay, assume that we have to store this different types of data, and we are duplicate this user 2 and user 3. Okay, 2 id 3. Okay, if I do clg user 1 user 2 user 3, and if I build this, it goes down like it needs to be. So why the enums are useful is that it make a set of the name constant. Okay, so it can be like in the future it might be your application sort of like, and it might not be the case that this value is altered one of each other, so that you cannot make it. So that's why Java TypeScript has the feature called enums. Okay, enums are the best if you use like user ID. Okay, yes, user ID. We suppose user ID and movies, books, and what's that? Students. Okay, students. Yeah, let's make it the capital. Now we are just need to user ID dot, okay, dot books, and okay, user ID dot books, user ID dot movies, like some students, and user ID dot movies. Okay, so these are the three. Sorry guys. Okay, now let's build and let's look at the output. Okay, same output. Okay, same output. There is nothing in it. Same output. Okay. So you are saying that why this movies has the value of 0. Okay, why this movie has the value of 0, but if we are like id 1 to 3, why it's 0? If we try to, like, if you want to, let's suppose 1 for the movies, 2 for the books, and 3 for the student. Okay, if I do this 1, okay, it's initialized to 0. Okay, if you don't initialize it, it implicitly initialized to 0, but if you are explicitly initialized to 1, then it will be the contains the value 1, it will contains the value 2, and it contains the value 3, which which shows the output. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see that the id 2, name Harkirat, id 3, name Harkirat, id 1, name Harkirat. Okay, 1 stands for the movie, 2 stands for the books, okay, and 3 stands. Let me get this, just this, yeah. Okay. Now you can see that very clearly. Oh, looks like it's not gonna be the easy one. ID 3, ID 2, ID 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. For the movies, Kirat, movies, Kirat, books, and Harkirat, student. This is, yeah, look at this. If we are trying to books, it's ID2. If we are trying to student, ID3. If we are trying to movies, it has ID1. But what if you are doing that? If your like student has, we have to explicitly convert on, like, suppose we have to assign a string. So 3. Okay, we are assigning a string like this 3. Okay, so what we need to change? So what are the errors? Say type user id is not assignable to the type number. All have the 3 same errors. Okay, why it appears? Because we are assigning to the type numbers only, but if you are doing string, then it will allow number or string. Okay, both. So now let's go for the output. DSC build, and here it is, id1, yeah, id3. Okay, but what if we want to not assign the value here and assign the value string enums? Okay, it calls the string enums. If we assign 1, then it is called the numeric enums. Like here 1, what it's tell that, so look, when it's the numeric enums, it auto increment the value, that 1, then it will be 2, 3, but in the string it will not increment because it's string. Okay, you cannot increment it. Like if you a, so then it's b. No, it's not the case in the string. So what they're gonna do is, if you assign a string and after that you just unassigned any value or the key of the key, like let's suppose we are saying keys, then it's not a legal case. You have to assign this a value, or if you are once assigned the 2, okay, and it will be 3 automatically. Okay, can we duplicate it? Yes, we can. Okay. So this dash b tr. So yeah, books 2, student 3, 1. Okay, so it's very easy. It's not a very complicated, based on your its definition, which is from the its official docs. And if you want to learn more, you can learn from here. But Enum says, okay, that's okay. I told you everything about the Enums in this 10 minutes video. Okay, so there's nothing to do. That's why.